up? It's your girl, Tony Michelle, aka PhatGyrlSnoop, and I'm here to break down last night's episode of Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 7, and it's called How Do You Know You're in Love? Now, I don't know if you guys watched last night, but I watched, so you won't have to, and I'm going to break down everything. So let's start with Ryan and Clara. Now, Ryan seems to come off as this clean-cut guy, very structured. But we learned, because this is the episode where they actually leave the honeymoon, they go back to their hometown of Atlanta, and they actually visit each other's homes. Now, like I said, Ryan came off as this guy that he's like so, structured. He's, he does stuff by the book. Frankly, he seems quite boring. That's just my opinion. And so Clara actually went to go visit Ryan at his house. And we learned that Ryan is not the clean-cut guy he says he is. Now, here is my problem with Ryan. Now, once Pastor Cal came and he asked them, he came to do his visit to check on them after they came back from the honeymoon, and they sat down with Pastor Cal, and Ryan basically Pastor Cal asked them, did they consummate the marriage? Now, from my understanding that they did, that's the impression I got on the honeymoon show, that they actually did compensate the marriage, but it appears that they actually haven't compensated the marriage, and it looks like Clara is sexually frustrated. But here is my problem with Ryan. Now, I do respect the fact that he told Clara that he does not want her to talk about their sex life. I get it. I understand. He wants to keep it away from the public. I get it. But this is what I don't understand. You don't want nobody to know if y'all have sex. Okay, fine, whatever. But you want the whole world to know that you are like so lazy that you let the shelf in your kitchen cabinet fall. And instead of you fixing it, you kind of like left it and you piled stuff on top of it, shit sliding and all that, and dishes sliding, and he just throws stuff in his kitchen cabinet, and that's it. It was pure chaos. And then she moved over to the bedroom, and came to find out, like I said, you don't want nobody to know that whether or not you guys had sex, fine, that's your business. But you want it to be our business for us to know that you are so lazy that you don't even fold the clothes. You just stuff your clothes in your drawer, and you throw your clothes in your closet. And frankly, you're just messy. Okay? I said it. You're just messy. I'm starting to think you want to get married so somebody could clean up after you. I said it. Okay, there, I said it. But Clara seems to, she seems to want to make it work, and she's basically, in a nutshell, saying, hey, guy, I need some peen. Give me some peen. You my husband, we married. Give me some peen. And Ryan's like, oh, no, I want to get to know you better. But, in my head, because this show is dragging on for like 6 weeks now, but, we have to keep in mind that in reality, they were only married 6 days. So I guess I could understand why he didn't give her the peen. But damn, you don't want us to know that y'all had sex. We don't need to know how messy you are behind closed doors. Okay, Ryan? And now I'm starting to think that that's why, I told y'all last week, I hate the slick back hair. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Now I know why he has slick back hair. He's too damn lazy to do anything else to it. Okay, I said it. And another key thing that I saw that's going to happen next week is it seems that Clara's never seen her man without a shirt on. So I wonder what that's about. But that's pretty much what's all happening with them. She's just sexually frustrated, and he's not giving up the peen, and so that's pretty much what's happening with them. Now let's move on to our drunken in love couple, Virginia and Eric. So they are back from Vegas, and they went to visit each other's homes. Now Virginia, she lives very humbly in a nice little little place, very dainty. And then we actually see where Eric lives at. And I have to say, Eric's house looks absolutely nice. And then Virginia had the nerve to say that it was too nice and they're going to have to strip the house down and basically start from scratch because according to her, he has a bachelor pad, and it is true. It's a bachelor. It is a bachelor's pad, but it's a very nice bachelor's pad. So, another thing going on with them is they actually sat down with Pastor Cal, and Virginia expressed that she felt like Eric was too possessive. Because he needs to know her, what she's doing, ABC, 1, 2, 3. He needs to know where she's at all times. And she feels like that although she is married, that she could still live the single life. She says she's still going to go party. She's still going to hang out with her friends. She's still going to, live her best life. If she gets too drunk, she's going to sleep over at her guy friend's house if need be. And if they get too drunk, they have a couch at her place too. And that's just the way it is, according to her. And Pastor Cal had to tell her, hey, look, mama. Look, I'm married, and I've been married for quite some time, and I'll be damned. He didn't say that, but I'm speaking for him. He said, I'll be damned if I'm going to let my wife go and lay on somebody's couch because she's too drunk. I mean, what if she's too discombobulated, something happens to her, and I'm not there to protect her, Virginia? You got to think about that, okay? But to me, Virginia is a little bit too... She's very immature. She has a lot of growing up to do. And I'm sure being with Eric's going to help her out with that. Now, my problem with Eric is that you keep on bringing your marriage, your last marriage, into this marriage. And you can't do that. Just because you were married before does not mean that you know more about marriage than she does. Okay? Because if that was the case, you would still be with your ex-wife. Am I wrong? Please, somebody tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. You can't compare your last relationship to this one. So that's my problem with Eric, okay? Now, I do understand he wants to protect his wife, and I get that. But at the same time, just because she's married does not mean she cannot have a social life, okay? That does not mean that. I mean, personally, I'm single, but ready to mingle. And even if I wasn't single, if I had guy friends before you and we are friends, I'm going to have those same guy friends after you. The problem would be if I would start having guy friends after you, or you start seeing new guy friends come out the woodworks. Then Houston, we have a problem. But that's the only thing that really gets on my nerves about Eric. And Eric, please keep in mind, you are an airplane pilot, okay? So you're going to be gone most of the time. So 9 times out of 10, you're not going to know what the hell Virginia is doing. And I don't think Virginia is going to be that reluctant to come tell you what she is doing. So I don't know if this couple is going to last, but I do see why the doctors, the pastor, all the experts, I could see why they will put these two together, because Virginia is like a bar spirit animal, and Eric is more of the reserved spirit animal. But although, y'all, between me and the few people that might watch this video, I believe that Eric is a behind the closet drinker. Like, he's trying to calm Virginia down, but at the same time, I think there's some shenanigans going on with him. But I'm gonna keep looking at them with my third eye. Okay, now let's move on to Brianna and Vincent. Now, when I say Brianna thought you was going to talk to that man any kind of way. Now, he warned you, okay? He warned you that he did not like the way that he didn't like your smart mouth. He didn't like your sarcasm. He let it be known, like, earlier that, hey, you can't talk to me any kind of way. But, she calls it joking. Okay, so what happened with them was they came back from their honeymoon. They visit each other's houses, and I guess it was all good because he lives in a nice place, I would say, and she lives in a very nice place, I would say. And so they went to see Pastor Cal. No, Pastor Cal came to see them. They sat down with Pastor Cal and wait, let me go back. So they went to their new apartment because now they have the couples living all in one building, I guess, as neighbors. So they went to their new apartment, and Vincent decides that he wants to bless the house. And he took out a bottle of champagne. And of course, you pop the bottle of champagne, stuff goes everywhere. And he spilled some on the floor. And Brianna basically was like, oh man, basically like he was a klutz, and basically called him Boo Boo the Fool, and he told her like, hey, this is the first time I did that, so I don't know, we got the impression that I was clumsy or I was clumsy, I would say. And so he brushed it off, and then so he had some champagne on his shirt, and she said something to some effect like, oh, that's such a Vincent thing to do. No, that's such a Vinny thing to do. So he was like, who the hell is Vinny? And furthermore, you calling Vinny stupid? Like, am I an idiot or what? So then that's when Pastor Cal came over. They sat down. Vincent basically told Brianna, he was expressing like, hey, I don't like the way you talk to me. Like, all I ask for is respect. And she tried to play like, oh, I never meant to disrespect you. It was all jokes. And you're so sensitive. And so Pastor Cal left. He's like, you guys got other issues going on. I can't help y'all. And so they was unpacking, and so she was unpacking the closet. So he already had an attitude. And she was like, well, what's wrong? And he blamed it that he was tired. But you could see that he was like already annoyed. Okay. He was like very, very annoyed. And so she said, well, you go move your stuff in the closet. And he's like, no, I'm going to use the other closet because I feel like, our stuff need to be separate. And so, then there was a part where they closed the door. She asked him again, what's wrong? And he was like, look, man, I don't like your smart ass mouth, so to speak. You have a very smart mouth. I don't like that you disrespect me in front of production. And I think that's why he held his tongue, because he didn't want to go slap off in front of production. So he was just like, try to keep it cool, biting his tongue, everything, trying not to say nothing to her, try to ignore her. And she just kept pressing. So once it was time to go to bed, she asked him again, like, look, what's wrong? And then he just told her, like, look, like I said, I do not like your smart ass mouth. I do not like it. And she goes like, oh, can you give me some examples? So he gave her some examples. He's like, first of all, you called me Vinny. Who the hell is Vinny? And is Vinny stupid? Because the way you said, oh, that's a Vinny thing to do. You basically calling me an idiot. And I don't like it. And she's like, no, I was joking. I was being sarcastic and blah, blah, blah. And so she was like, oh, but you just being so sensitive. So he was like, don't turn that mess on me. You got a smart ass mouth, and I told you I'm not here for it. You're going to respect me. Put some respect on Vincent, okay? So she was like, oh, no, you're just sensitive. So he said, you know what? I'm going to take my sensitive ass to my real house. How about that? So he jumped up, got his stuff, didn't say nothing to production, and walked straight out. So then we saw Brianna all tearing up, saying, oh, I don't know if he's coming back. Well, I do hope he comes back. And I'm sure he's going to come back. He just has to cool off a little bit. But Vincent, I mean, listen, I don't know if you need a hug, if you need therapy, but something is going on with that none of us know. But I think you kind of overreacted on this one. I think you should give Brianna a pass, just this once. Now I do like the fact that you put your foot down. This time you put it down hard. Now if she does not get the message, girl, I can't save you. Now moving on to Haley and Jacob. Now, these two, I already know they're not going to last. I doubt they're going to last. In this episode, these two didn't even come home together. I believe either they got on separate flights or they sat in separate seats. But in any event, they did not travel together because the day that they left Vegas, Jacob accused Haley of having another boyfriend. And the reason how he came to that conclusion is that he says that she's been very sneaky on her phone. She's been very sneaky talking to her friends. And the last night that they had in Vegas, she told him that it was going to be a girls' night, that she was going out with the girls. But I guess Jacob came downstairs into the lobby where they was all hanging out at. And it was actually, it was the group of the couples that were hanging out. But she was saying it was just the girls. But when he came down, for whatever reason, he saw that it was some of the husbands were also chilling with them. So he was like, well, damn, you didn't want to chill with me, but you want to chill with them. And then she say, now this is another thing I'm confused because I could have sworn she said last week that they had sex and it was whack, it was lame, and she basically was like, nah, it's a dub. But now they're saying that she couldn't even bring herself to show any type of affection. So I'm a little bit confused about that. So if anybody knows, like, let me know in the comments about that, because I'm definitely confused when it comes to these two. Okay, but but there's one thing I'm not confused about, and that's the fact that not Paige, Haley is not into Jacob. Okay, who wants to be with a guy that's basically stuck in the 80s? Okay, this man even has a members only jacket that he still wears. This man still has neon tiles on his ceiling. This man lives 80s, sleeps 80s, and breathes 80s. And you, my friend Jacob, okay, don't stand a chance with Haley if you don't bring your ass at least into the millennium. My goodness. I don't see these two staying together. Okay, I just don't. But I am glad that at least they were adult enough to kind of straighten things out a little bit for the time being. So I'm definitely curious to see where these two are going. And last but certainly not least, let's talk about Paige and Chris. Now, last week, I actually felt sorry for Paige. This week, I don't feel sorry for the woman. I do not feel sorry for her. Okay, so let's start at Vegas, okay? So Chris basically tells her at Vegas, like, look, girl, I know I smashed you. I know I smashed it. I know I beat you back. I know I beat you back in the night of our marriage and every day since. But girl, I'm just not into you. You're not my type. You're too dark. You're the only thing I basically like on you is your ass. Okay, that's basically what he said. He didn't like anything else like about her. So she was going through some emotional roller coaster, up and down, up and down. He likes her, then he's not attracted to her. He wants to screw her, but then he doesn't want to like claim her. Okay, so they're on their way back to Atlanta from Vegas, and then we got the shocking discovery that Chris didn't even go back with her to Atlanta. He took his ass to Chicago to meet his baby moms, allegedly. Okay? And then number one, he didn't call her. He didn't communicate with her that he told her that basically he had some thinking to do. And she's like, yeah, I just wanted to give him his space, and I know he has a lot of to think about, he has a lot on his plate. Girl, really? Really? Oh gosh. So Chris goes to Chicago. She goes to their apartment in Atlanta. And then I guess I guess a day or so later, Chris was like, he's back in town. He did not go to their shared apartment that he was supposed to went to. I believe he went to his own crib. And then he called her and basically said, hey, I need to talk to you. So she's like, oh my gosh, she went on her camera. I don't even have my phone. So she was like, her camera phone, like, okay, guys, Chris wants to talk to me. He's coming over. Pray for me, guys. Okay, so Chris comes over, right? And he says he does not want to talk to her in front of production. No cameras, right? So he tries to turn off their sound. And so I guess we heard, the sound that we could hear. And he's basically telling Paige, I don't want to waste your time and I don't want you to waste my time. Basically that he's in love with his baby moms again. His alleged baby moms, his ex-fiance. That he already talked to a lawyer about getting a divorce. And she's like, she calls. So he leaves. Now here's my problem with Chris, like, you are such a douchebag. Okay, first of all, and even I don't know you, never met you, but if you saying this is all about production, making you like the bad guy, I don't think so. I think you're making yourself look like a bad guy. And my problem with you is you told Paige in front of the world, in front of her friends, in front of her family, that she was not the woman for you, that you was not attracted to you. The first word that you said on national TV when you saw her was sugar, honey, iced tea, and it was not in a good way. You let us all know that she is not the woman. She's not your type at all, okay? You let us know all the negative stuff. You let us know that you hit on the first night. You let us know that you had sex the next morning. You let us know that you basically having a baby on the way. But then you let us know all that on camera. But when it's time for you to be a man and man up, just like Eric said, that you got mad about that, you didn't want the cameras or the production to know because you're so damn grimy. And frankly, I am over this couple. Now, like I said, I felt bad for Paige, but I don't feel bad for Paige anymore. Okay? Whatever she gets, that's what she gets. Okay? Now, so he leaves, and then so Paige calls production, and so production had her on their cell phone, and she's like screaming, oh, F that bitch, F him, F that B, the bleep, 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 a whole bunch of cussing. And then she was like, and when I see Pastor Cal tomorrow, I'ma air out everything. So I'm like, okay, girl. Okay, because I was ready to hear it. Okay, so the next day, Pastor Cal comes over and he acts so shocked about Paige telling him that, Chris was engaged and how Chris had a baby on the way. And Pastor Cal was acting like so shocked. that he didn't know, and maybe he didn't know. But from my understanding, because him and Dr. Pepper, they've been doing a lot of PR moves, okay? Because fans were like, yo, what the hell? Why would you set Paige up like this and mess up her mental? Okay? And they're like, hey, you know, Paige could have left at any time. And now I realize that, yes, she could have left at any time. Paige wants to be there. Paige wants the drama. Okay? Paige wants that drama. Okay, so Pastor Cal comes over. He's, you know, small talk, telling her how beautiful she looks. And then she lets him know about the baby. And she lets him know about the ex-fiance, how he's in love. And then, so he's like, well, is Chris coming? And she's like, well, I don't know. I haven't spoke with him. And then all of a sudden, you see Chris, big bare belly ass, walking down the hallway. He thinking he's like the hot shit with some tight ass pants on, his gut out. Like, you know, I'm not the skinniest person in the world, but damn if I'm gonna let a guy with a beer gut treat me like the way he's treating Paige. Like he's like the hot shit. He is like he is like what they call like a fruit. He has like the nice skin on the outside, but you take a bite in that and it could be a worm on the inside. And he just reminds me of that. Like he seems like he's so, you know, the hot shit, nice clothes, nice hair, you know, whatever. But deep down inside, he's just a straight douchebag. And I heard a straight broke douchebag, allegedly. Okay. So he comes in and he's all smiling and all happy and whatever. And Pastor Cal is like, dude, like what the hell is going on? Basically, like I'm hearing you got a baby on the way. I'm hearing you have an ex-fiance you trying to get back with. And then Pastor Cal came up with the epiphany, like, damn, so I mean you was with this lady before while doing this married at first sight process. And basically Chris was like, yeah, basically. And Pastor Cal's like, well, I thought that you wanted this. And Chris like, you know, I did, but, you know, the baby comes along and I don't want nobody else raising my baby. And Pastor Cal was like, hey, dude, just because, you know, just because you're not staying with the child don't mean you can't raise the child. And Chris like, no, he want nobody raising my kid, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, Chris talks like this and he tries to talk all low and all that. And nigga, oh, excuse me. Oh my God. You almost made me use it, Chris. You almost made me use it, but I'm trying not to use that word. But dude, you know exactly what you was doing. You thought that you was going to come on the show and you thought you was going to like maybe bring some business to your so-called Subway franchise. And I heard in the streets that was closed. That actually got closed. I heard that you was a sucky boss and nobody really wanted to work for you. You used to come in there yelling at all your staff and you couldn't keep nobody working. So that's why your business allegedly tanked. And also, I also heard because there was this picture circling around of you in Cancun. You was with your fiance, and I saw the picture, and I did not see a pregnant belly. And so I'm not sure if you lied about your fiance being pregnant just so you could get out of the marriage with Paige, or you, well, before I get on that, so Pastor Cal basically was questioning him, why would you come on the show? Why would you waste your time? So then Pastor Cal, like I've never seen this done ever on Married at First Sight. Pastor Cal was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm finished. Paige, sign the papers, draw the papers, get the hell up on out because Paige told Pastor Cal, like, hey, you know, I had sex. Because Pastor Cal was like, well, look, you know, you had sex with Chris. Why? After he told you he wasn't attracted to you. He told you he didn't want you. He told you he wouldn't even watch your dog, okay? He told you he don't believe in joint bank accounts. Hell, the only thing he does believe in is having sex with you. And Pastor Cal asked you, why did you have sex with this man? This man did not want you. And then she said, oh, well, Chris told me having sex with him would bring us closer together. And Pastor Cal, being the pastor, was like, that's a bunch of BS. You know, that's a bunch of BS. But you know what they say? They say the church girls are the most freakiest girls. Let me know if that is true in the comments. I'm just saying. Now, let's get back to this douchebag Chris. So after he tells Pastor Cal that basically he wants a divorce from Paige, he doesn't want her. He wants to go back to his alleged baby mom, ex-fiance. Pastor Cal leaves, like, he threw his hands up like, I'm out of here. They don't pay me enough for Married at First Sight. Listen to this BS, okay? I'm out of here. I can't save y'all, okay? Call J. Cole, because she don't want to be saved. Okay? Call J. Cole. All right? So once Pastor Cal leaves, then Chris had the audacity to hug Paige and whisper in her ear, I'm only acting like this because I'm scared I'm going to fall in love with you. He is so scared that he's going to fall in love with you that when you were leaving the meeting with Pastor Cal, that dude hauled ass so fast that he didn't even wait to see if she got into the car safe, if she got to her he didn't wait. He straight hauled ass. Okay? The only thing that he's in love with you, with Paige, is your ass. Just like how he hauled ass, he just loves your ass. Not your ass in this entirety. I'm talking about your ass. Okay? He like tapping that ass. But next week, we are going to see that this is nothing I don't understand. Next week, we're going to see Paige actually sit down with Chris and his ex-fiance. Like, I don't know why, but I did hear on the streets that it is because that allegedly Chris did not get his ex-fiance pregnant. He got his ex-fiance's cousin pregnant, and that is why she left his ass in the dust in the first place. And I believe that is what is going to happen next week, allegedly, because like I said, there's been a picture going around circling of Chris and his ex-fiance, or probably they're probably back together, and there was no baby bump. And by now, it should be a baby bump. So I don't know if, unfortunately, maybe she lost a baby along the way. I'm not sure. I will not be, and I will feel bad about that for the fiance, not for Chris ass. Okay. Or Chris was lying about, getting the girl pregnant in the first place just to get out the marriage because, he wasn't feeling homegirl at all. Or it's that little tea I just dropped about him getting her cousin pregnant. So he just throwing peen everywhere, just free balling, dropping seeds. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about last night's episode. I hope I broke it down for you. Good. Let me know if I missed anything. If you want to add anything, let me know what you think about all the couples. Let me know if you think Chris is a douchebag like I do. Let me know also, do you feel sorry for Paige? Because I sure the hell do not. I do not feel sorry for her. I did, but I don't anymore because, girl, I don't understand why you are sitting down with the ex-fiance. For what? For what? To get Chris the TV exposure that he's looking for so bad? I mean, you gave this man an inch. He literally just took the whole damn mile. And you're playing like his little puppet. And you making successful Black African American woman like yourself, you make it all of us look bad. Well, I'm an Islander, but I mean West Indian. But you know what I'm saying. I don't feel sorry for you, Paige. I do not feel sorry for you. And also, I did hear that present day, these two are not together. I'm not surprised about that. But hey, it is what it is. If Paige likes it, I love it. And I'm going to talk about it every week until I get blue in the face. But Paige, I don't feel sorry for you, girl. But that is all I have for you today. That is my review. This has been the best episode of the season because the real people behind the tuxes, behind the wedding dresses, they are out. Now we see who these people really are and what they are to each other. So, I mean, it's only going to go either up or down from here, and I am here to watch, so you don't have to. So let me know in the comments what you think about each couple, especially Chris and Paige. Let me know, do you feel bad for Paige? Because I don't. And let me know about Brianna and Vincent. Was Vincent too sensitive about that Vinny comment? I think he was. Just a tad. And don't forget, if you like this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be back tomorrow to break down all the celeb deets. It's going to be a fun Friday, and I hope to see you all soon. And remember, that is PHAT as in pretty hot and tempting. Bye for now.